Hi, my name is Natisha Sinha, and today I will be talking about a study called Island Biogeography and Competition Drive Rapid Venom Complexity Evolution across rattlesnakes. This paper looks at how environmental isolation is capable of shaping the evolution of animal traits, specifically rattlesnake venom. Habitat loss and fragmentation are major problems in the realm of evolution and conservation, but it's very hard to study comprehensively as it happens so fast. In this way, islands provide us with a natural experiment. Each one is like a small, isolated world in which species are able to evolve under different conditions separate from each other. The researchers wanted to use these islands in order to test how biodiversity and competition can influence the complexity of venom in rattlesnakes, specifically looking at how many different kinds of toxins they make and in what amounts. Let's break this paper down. Researchers based the study on island biogeography theory, or IBT, which makes the predictions that 1. Bigger islands have more species due to having a greater amount of space and resources, and 2. Islands closer to the mainland have more species since new individuals are able to immigrate much more easily. So the researchers took this theory and applied it to the functional trait that they focused on in rattlesnakes, which is their venom. So from this, they came up with 4 main hypotheses. 1. Bigger islands result in more prey and diversity, which results in more complex venom. 2. Islands farther away result in fewer species and prey, which results in simpler venom. 3. Older islands result in more time for isolation and genetic drift, which results in simpler venom. And the last one, more rattlesnake species living together means that they will be competing with each other, which thus would result in more speciation and thus simpler venom. So in order to test these ideas, the researchers collected venom from 83 rattlesnakes across 11 islands on the Gulf of California, lying between the Baja California Peninsula and mainland Mexico. So they focused on 4 different rattlesnake species that are listed here, in which all of these species are related, but they live in differing environments across these islands. So they measured the venom complexity using the Shannon Diversity Index, which essentially counts how many different venom proteins are present and how evenly they are distributed. Then they compared that data to each of the island's areas, distance from the mainland, geological age, and the number of rattlesnake species that live there. So, the study's main results show that there is a general negative trend, which is also portrayed in this figure. Each graph plots venom complexity against the area of the island, the distance from its mainland, and the number of competing rattlesnake species. In all 3 of these cases, the lines go downward, meaning that the venom complexity decreases as the size, distance, and competition of island increase. So these results are the opposite of what was expected for the island size in the original hypothesis. Instead of bigger islands resulting in the production of more complex venom, these snakes on these islands had much more simpler venom. So this is most likely due to the competition that occurs among snakes for similar prey, resulting in specialization. So each of the species evolves venom that is focused on to smaller ranges of prey. So this would result in their venom becoming less complex overall. So, what does this mean and why does it matter? Firstly, this study highlights that ecological theories like IBT can help to explain not just how many species exist, but how traits evolve within them. It also highlighted that competition can simplify trades, not just make them more diverse. On large or species-rich islands, snakes seem to divide up their prey resources, and thus their venom becomes more specialized. Finally, it gives us insight into how habitat fragmentation that is caused by humans may shape evolution today. Just like in islands, isolated habitat patches could cause species to adapt in new ways and even in unpredictable ways. So, it is very important to preserve connected habitats as they are the key in maintaining functional biodiversity. We should not just be focusing on how to conserve species, but also how diverse and adaptable their traits are through protecting their environments. So this study showed evolution in its prime action. It's shaped by competition, space, and survival. So I'll leave you with this. Sometimes evolution simplifies to survive. Thank you for watching.